What is going on, everybody? Uh, Top five before Halloween. Halloween will be this Thursday with the best of the week and some other stuff airing on this channel. Uh, got some spooky books coming out this week, and how fitting that actually one of them we get the review this week will actually be the Batman: The Last Halloween #2 comes out. So we talk about that on Halloween Day.
Hey, by the way, remember I've been talking the last couple of days about how it's always rainy and miserable here on Halloween, and it's finally going to be nice?
Yeah.
They changed the forecast. The only rain in the next 7 days, Halloween, in the evening.
So for me, it's Wednesday night into Thursday, and then it's fine on Thursday. It's gonna be warm.
No, it's gonna come down here Thursday. So yeah, I'm still gonna. I gotta believe that the kids are gonna come out. So I better really load up on the Reese's. And
Well,
if they don't come, I guess I'll just have to eat it myself.
We had trick or treating on Sundays. Like always, it's always the Sunday before what our Halloween is during the week.
I never get any. I just do that to.
Yeah. Dude, I've been eating a bowl of candy like every day. I'm having a bowl of candy, and I gotta stop because I'm getting addicted to it.
Well, I'll tell you, the reason why I end up getting to eat a lot of Reese cups, but the reason why I do this is the last year my mom was alive and my brother and I were taking turns, house sitting.
Yeah.
Amazingly, since he had a wife and family, I got all the holidays. Shocking, I know. And I was there on Halloween. Ooh. And I'd heard, Mom goes, nobody comes here anymore. They marched like Sherman through Atlanta. I mean, I'm thinking, what the hell do I do? Because I can't leave her alone.
Yeah.
I to go up and get more candy. It's like, what the hell? That's
Geeky's got over a foot of snow over in Alaska.
Well, that's Alaska.
I know, right? They have snow and they have gold, right? Right in Halloween and night in Gotham when I play Arkham Knight, so that's why I guess he's spending his Halloween in the rain. Well, I don't know if you're still over in Europe, it's always rainy there. I wonder if anybody will dress up as Jack the Ripper over there for Halloween. Do they celebrate Halloween over in England? So. Of course,
I think that probably originated in Europe. Would be my guess.
Whenever we stream the Twitch on here, I always get a bot in here.
Well, but hey, we're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, exactly. But
Jason, Halloween is Irish.
Yeah.
Agora.
That's why that's why people get mad when he pronounces Sam Hain. They're like, it's not Sam Hain. I'm like, oh well, I'm American. We butcher everything. So.
Oh wow. Guess they weren't expecting it because he had an appointment canceled.
Oh. Well, you'll get that gender confirmation surgery soon.
Dear God, I just pictured Jeff as a chick.
Well, he doesn't get a boo job. He still has. Sorry. Anyway, let's talk about comic books and less about nightmares.
Please, let's do.
All right, let me share my screen.
You keep telling yourself that, Jeff.
How much drink do I need to have? There's not enough alcohol in the world.
God, that's Well, at least you have the option.
I don't want that option.
No, I mean to drink.
Oh, the drink. Oh, alrighty. Let me full screen here and we'll get this going. All right, top 5 this week. You know what's weird? The first 4 books. The first 4 books on the top of this League Comics. Spawn is at number 4.
Yes.
That is weird. Because you look at the rest of the books, that is just weird. There's usually like I zoom in, but there's usually like a top. There's like 7 books on the top panel, or the top row is or 8. But yeah. All right. again, where are we going? Do you want to start off, or should I start off?
I'll start if you don't
Go
care.
ahead. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start with Magic Order.
Oh, nice. How far do I got to go now for that one?
Pretty far. His books don't sell.
Well, they sell to the people that matter. People who can understand Mark.
Well, it's actually a little better than last month's.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just getting acquainted with this title, so I really don't have much of a frame of reference. But I like the first issue. I'm sure I'll pick up more as it goes along. But yeah, I figured I have 7 things on my list. Yeah, Defenders of the Earth just hasn't really clicked like I was hoping it would. And I know nothing about Devour, so I'm gonna stick with ones that I know, and so Magic Order.
It's actually my number 5 too. So little backstory about this is that if you haven't read the first issue, and it says right here, it says, she goes to investigate this woman every time she has a child, the child gets abducted. She got remarried the second time, the kid was abducted by this monster. She goes there and investigate with her team, and she ends up waking up in a hospital, and they're saying that, hey, basically implying that everything she's been to live her life of being in a Magic Order, it's all been in her imagination. She's actually a mental patient. Yeah. So, but she's Magic Order has actually been a really good book. Basically, the Magic Order is basically throughout time and space. Throughout there's an order of basically keeping certain monsters that used to be the plague the earth and stuff, keeping them in check, like Cthulhu and all the other dragons and other wizards or evil wizards that mankind can't. That way, mankind can't know about magic. It'd be like if Doctor Strange, instead of like showing off being that he's a wizard and stuff, try to keep everybody from realizing that magic is real. So she's the last of her family, and she's the head of the Magic Order, and it's actually a very good book. This is the 5th volume, and I think that it might be the final volume. If I think about it, I think what he said is this is the last book of the series. This is volume number 5. Very good. So now she's in a and it is kind of a trope where his character wakes up. It's like, well, and they're led to believe like, oh, maybe I'm not really who I thought it was. Now I'm even with this other person. So interested to see where Mark goes with this, because it's a very I wouldn't say boring cliche, but it's a very well-known cliche. For this trope. So I hope that he and I have faith in Mark, because Mark normally does take what other people would just consider like another boring story, whatever, and it turns it into something awesome. So that's why I've been pulling it. I'm excited to read the second issue, and Midsummer 5. Where are we going for number 4, sir?
1 row up, going to the nightclub.
The nightclub. All right.
I think it was 1 row above Magic Order.
Yep.
The last we left off, the one kid that just wasn't very smart.
Sam, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. I love it. A kid that the dork becomes popular, thinks his friends really like him. Find out, of course, they're just using him, including the girl that he's that he's fell for because he couldn't have the girl that he's really in love with. So we'll see the aftermath of that.
Yep. Basically, yeah. So they used him just to get his abilities because they know that there's something special about him and he could do all stuff. And yeah, so she used him, and it's basically like the hot girl sleeping or using the stupid little weakling kid just so the bullies can get the power. Like it's like so, and he gets his just desserts. Now, here's the thing that they can do with this series is that now there's the bullies that we used to pick on them have they're brand new vampires, but they may not know how to do everything yet. So there's a chance they could take them out faster.
Here's what I'm going to disagree with you. When you say he gets his just desserts, maybe so, but here's the way I look at it is what makes this series finally have kicked in for me was you have the vampire kid,
Yeah,
who's what happens to him is all so human because everybody knows somebody that fell into that trap, and it's I said it's just, so it's got a couple layers there, and it's I mean everybody's been used by the hot girl. I mean a girl used me to get her through a college class. So I mean it's happened to everybody watching this has probably had it happen to at some point to some degree. In this kid's case, though, stakes are a lot higher. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where the rest of this series goes. Because will his other two friends forgive him when it's all said? I'm curious to see where it goes.
Yeah,
so
we'll find out.
So that's my number 4, and so it's a good week if there's 3 things I've got listed in front of that.
Alrighty, for me is Feral is my number 4. This is issue number 7. And what a perfect week for this to come out. Feral. It's rabies book with indoor cats trying to survive. Lord Fluffy Britches is missing. He's a stupid little kitten. And Patch is infected now, and they've learned last 2 issues that the Patch is infected. But what's crazy about in the last issue, they showed you from Patch's point of view how he became infected, his point of view, and then he's not thinking straight because the virus is making him see things that aren't there. And so it says just when things couldn't get any worse, Elise, the other cat, she's like the girl cat, finds herself with a bunch of cats she barely knows on the run from rabid rats, hidden traps, and whatever lurks in the creepy old shack. So I'm looking forward to this. Trisha Fortner as artist, she's been great with this. Looks like they got a guest artist, Tony Rodriguez. The Tony Fleeks is writing been great. They got other covers they always do. One of the most thrilling roller coaster rides in comics. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be a homage to. I'm supposed to be a movie. Be careful, she might bite you. And then there's the Bakersfield Comic Con or exclusive. So, and then here is a skeleton of a cat or an animal of some sort with mushrooms growing out of it. So, alrighty though. That is my number 4. Let's go to number 3.
Red Coat.
Ooh.
New story arc begins.
Which is right here. They're all towards the top. You know what Yeah, new story arc for this.
Now, as the first Red Coat adventure concludes, tragedy hits Simon Pure in a way he never expected. This emotionally riveting tale, Mr. Pure will come face to face with the consequences of his long, long life and his reckless actions throughout it. Plus, does Simon learn the secret of life within these pages? Some might say he does.
Here's the other cover. This is the one I'm looking to get.
I give that a 10.
Exactly. And there's a connecting variant. So, what it connects to, I do not know. Possibly another book in the series. That's not Red Coat. Because I looked, like there's nothing before this or after this, So, but cool. Been a fun series. Benedict Arnold got his just desserts, and to see what happens. I think Benedict Arnold will come back. Just not for a while. But all right, my number 3 for me is a new book coming out, and it's through Mad Cave. There it is. I guess scroll down. It is The Hexiles. Cullen Bunn, who wrote the Heron County, Six Gun, and Nightwalkers, was one of really good, cool vampires. And these kids from this rehab, basically trying to survive as vampires, pick them off one by one. And then, it's also as I say, artist too. So it's basically the creative team from Nightwalkers. New Tale of Hellish, a familiar horror. Jameson Creel is dead. 6 of his children from 6 mothers are attending the funeral of a father they never met. Each of the children possess a different infernal power. These powers, though, come at a terrible price. Jameson Creel has placed upon the heads of his offspring, and the demonic debtors have come to collect. So
interesting.
Yep, it's like the Umbrella Academy.
I've never read that,
but
I did like his last series, even if I can't remember what the name of it was, about the monsters in the movie coming to life.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm talking about It was a movie or something.
I can't remember what it's called.
But this looks great. Sounds interested in it, and I'm gonna pick it up. Here's an alternative cover though. I get Resident Evil vibes in this whenever you shoot the head off and then all these tentacles come out and try to grab you. So, but it's got Joe Picard on the art, so you should like it. Just in time for the Halloween. I saw this on my list and I was like, because on my phone I'm like, it's so tiny. I'm like, is the X-Files book coming up? No, it's X-Files. I was like, that'd be great. All right, that is my number 3 for this week. Geeky says, is this a trade? I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're talking about the Magic Order? Which book? Zach did not get a car crash. Zach got rear-ended. His car's fine. But so he's not gonna make it tonight though. Is that the guy that plays Dr. Weird in the MCU? So I'm seeing these comments like 2-3 books later. So, all right, what is your number 2, sir?
My number 2 is Kosher Mafia.
Oh, really? Let's see how far we got to scroll down. There's Nightclub. There's Magic Order. Huh. There's Hexiles. There it is.
There it is.
All right. Open season on F when he is excommunicated for his misdeeds in Little Italy. What is this, John Wick? He and Howard must put aside their larger goals and set their sights on returning to kosher Nostra territory by sundown in the start of Yom Kippur. This is also my number 2, sir.
Excellent.
Party on. I like this. I like their the guys on the run and their reflection of the gun.
It's pretty cool.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. That the bottom gun is supposed to be. That looks weird. Or the top ones, I guess they're supposed to be Tommy guns, but that's a weird design. But yeah, I did. Honestly, Kosher Mafia is another book through Mad Cave. If you are sleeping on this series, you are doing yourself a disfavor. It's basically with the Jewish gangsters, I guess, teaming up to take out the Nazis are accumulating in New York just before World War II, before we got involved. So, alrighty then. And I guess we already know what number one's going to be because we both have the same book.
Yes.
I guarantee it.
Yes, we do.
So my 5 through 2 was, you just saw, Magic Order number 2, volume 5, Feral number 7, Hexiles number 1, and Kosher Mafia number 3. And I think yours was Magic Order, Red Coat, and I can't remember what your third book was.
And then my 5 was Magic Order, 4 was Nightclub, 3 was Red Coat, 2 was Kosher Mafia, and yeah, we do have the same number 1.
It is Batman the Long Halloween, Last Halloween. Remember, every cover is an unseen Tim Sale art. It's all brand new stuff that he was working on for this series, but and it just never got published. So they found it, in his apartment or building where he was living, and they basically just started to put it on the 12 covers and put them on there. So kind of cool. I love his buildings.
Yeah.
I want to say Sean Gordon Murphy a little bit.
Oh yeah. Murphy got it from Tim Sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very atmospheric. It feels like you're reading a book from the 40s.
Yep. Yeah. Hoping to bring the end to the terrible tragedy that struck Gotham City. Batman and Robin descend into the hellish depths of Arkham Asylum, seeking answers, and come face to face with some of the city's most nefarious criminals. And the Klaus Janson variant. Because Klaus Janson is the guest artist for this issue. So looks like we might return to the Combo Pot. And then here's this J. Scott Campbell, which I think Zach will be going for.
Yeah. That's J. Scott Campbell?
Yep. For Tim.
It's definitely he's trying to look like Tim Sale.
Yep. The way he draws the Batman and everything. So that's the cover C variant. I guarantee that'll be sell fast.
It's amazing that a guy that was in the industry when I bought my first comic, is the artist on this book in 2024.
Right? Klaus Janson, dude. Like I said, I love Klaus Janson.
He's got to be mid to late 70s by now.
No. Well, we'll find out if he's better than Kurt. If he's better than Kurt Swan was on this age, because Kurt Swan was in his 70s when he was in the 80s, right?
Probably early 70s.
Yeah, so he was working on some stuff still.
Well, Kurt Swan, if you look at his art from 1958 and 1984, there's no difference. He was just the picture of consistency. If you liked his art, you were never going to be disappointed.
Well, Klaus Janson was on there in the Return of Superman.
I've always found
Yeah.
Jansen, to me, is a better inker than a penciler.
Yep.
I won't run from a book because he's doing the art, but I think he's a better inker than artist.
But yeah, I like. I mean, I like.
He was 20 when he started. Jeez.
Then you let Jurgens does the art, and then you have Jansen doing the inking, or Frank Miller doing the art, and Jansen doing the inking. But
see, I was gonna say Undead. I'd say the Poison Ivy's face looked more like Campbell than the rest of her.
Oh, you're talking about this? Right?
Yeah, because he's saying the face is Campbell. I think it's the body that's Campbell. I think the face.
The body, yeah. The body is that curve like this. That's that's Campbell. But I love you did the hair
That's
though.
a nice cover though.
No, I'll probably pick up this cover. I'll have 2 copies then. So.
Oh yeah. Klaus Janson inking Frank Miller definitely helped Frank Miller. That was a good pairing on Daredevil.
So. Yep. All right. So that is our number 1 of the week. Cause is 72.
Yeah, so say he must have been like 20, 21 when he started.
Wow. Undead Quinn has some books out too. 2 books. He's getting Dwellings and All Hallows Eve special number 1. And then Feral number 7 is his number 1. Cool. Alrighty though. Actually, let me look up that book. He's getting Dwellings and All Hallows Eve. I think I saw that earlier when I was scrolling down. Also, those who were reading Savage Sword of Conan, remember I was praising it? This is Jason Aaron. You can pass this bullshit issue. Unless you like Jason Aaron. I have no desire. But when I think I hate Trump calling us all Nazis, Dan Panosian is arts on here too as well.
Who?
Dan Panosian?
A Panosian?
Panosian?
Does he
Yeah.
did he call us all Nazis too?
He was on that post with he was saying amen to our buddy the other day. Hughes. That post on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, then fuck you too, Dan.
Well, he can't write for shit anyway. He wrote a Red Sonja book and it was horrible. So, I'm not buying his work regardless.
Look, I clarify. I don't care who you vote for, but when you say just ridiculous things about tens of millions of people because they don't agree with you.
So this is that book he was talking about. This is the Undead Quinn's number 2. Leone Press. Elwich, a town where every piece of this candy is just an eraser blade with a way to be revealed. So Halloween returned to terrifying, tranquil streets of Dwellings calls home as seen through the eyes of visitor Wolfgang Legant. The Wolfgang is no ordinary tourist. He's convinced he's actually a seasoned vampire hunter. The delusion has drawn him to Elwich to drive a stake through the once unassuming town's thriving Sangurian goth subculture. But when Wolfgang meets Emmeline Momenta, a young woman similarly possessed by the idea that she's a real vampire, irrational faith may be the only thing stopping the monster or stopping a mass murder in the making. Trick or treat, love or die. Jay Stevens VC's Epitaphs from the Abyss and captures Halloween spirit in all this blood splattered candy color glory in the first ever standalone double-sized Dwelling special. And then I guess the series is making its return in 2025.
I don't know if I'm going to call anybody associated with Epitaphs from the Abyss a comics governor.
Yeah.
But I do love that Harvey homage cover that you had up.
Yep. Here's the other one. It loads.
Yeah, the other one doesn't. I mean, the other one doesn't do anything for me, but that one's cool.
Yeah. But I was looking at this one. This is the other one variant.
If my shop has that cover, I may consider it.
This one?
Yeah.
The other one?
Because that's the one with the characters down the side.
Yeah. This is the variant where they're all skeletons instead of being
the one that the other one you showed where they were just the characters. I said that's a Harvey homage.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like that cover.
Yep. It's his later works. It's a Dark Harvey comic. Yep. Alrighty. Let's go over here. See what's coming out this week. DC versus Marvel Omnibus is coming out. And if you want, you can get the Jim Lee wraparound edition.
Should I do the Rock for that?
Go ahead.
Finally.
After how many years?
Well, they've been talking about it for a while. I own all the books, so but if you don't, that's a very cool thing to get.
And I guarantee it's limited, and you're going to be sold out fast.
And what are they soaking the? Oh God, 150. Good night, nurse.
Well, yeah, because they got to make all that money to pay all the people who books didn't sell. We got Kate's Thor. Okay.
Buy it up, kids. Daddy needs his blow.
Right. He's got to pay his ex-wife. So, what else we got here? Extinction Agenda omnibus. $125. Absolute Batman. Death of the Family hardcover. $100. I'm good. Epic Collection of Ghost Rider. The Salvation Run. Trade paperback. $44.99. I know.
That's well, go ahead and click that on and see what issues that covers.
It's gonna be a little pricey. Collecting Ghost Rider 12 through 28. Marvel 2-in-1 18, Daredevil 138, Marvel Team Up 58, Marvel Premiere 28, and material for Marvel Tales 255.
Yeah, I think I've got most of those issues. So
yeah.
I'll probably pick up the few I need cheaper than that. But that's about as far as I'd want to go with that Ghost Rider series, because it just, I mean, I'm sure the rest of it's good, but these were the books that came out when I first started. I like this a lot at this particular time. So this would definitely be a recommend. And that Marvel Premiere 28, that's the Legion of Monsters, and that's like a $500 book now for some reason. It's got Morbius, Man-Thing, Ghost Rider, and
Stuntmaster.
I can't remember who the other one is. I have to look that up.
Yeah, it's got quite a few. Sunset Volver is right here. Yeah. Man-Thing, Michael Morbius, Werewolf by Night, and Ghost Rider.
Morbius, that's what I couldn't think of.
Well, yeah, no one thinks of Morbius.
But for some reason that's listed as it's 550 now.
Wow.
I can't imagine anybody in the right mind paying for that, but that kind of money for that particular title. But
Traps in the Wizard or in Shock Therapy, Marvel Tales.
That was Marvel Team Up 58, where
this
Ghost Rider was starting to kind of becoming a flat out villain.
Yeah.
And
Spider-Man, Sandman, Mary Jane Watson. Yep. Chris Claremont writing Marvel Team Up with Sal Buscema on the art. Wow. Yep. That's cool. And the cover is really cool too. Like a lot of these, I love all this. Where is Karen Page? Doom Blow. Heather Glenn, Stuntmaster. Yep. Then the other Marvel 2-in-1, Scarecrow. Alicia Masters, then Dave Duncan, Harmony Maxwell, and Jess Duncan. So,
wow, somebody's trying to get $125 for a 4.0. Whew.
Manticore, Two Gun Kid, Hawkeye, and Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider number 27. That's cool. He looks like he had some really cool guest appearances with characters.
Yeah, that was a real good series at the time.
I know it's because Jim Shooter was writing it, Mandalore, and Wolfman, and I guess Conway.
Well, that's a really good list of writers there.
Really? Tony Isabella?
Oh, Tony Isabella was a fantastic writer at that time. I
Yeah.
said his Black Lightning is one of my favorite story arcs of all time. And he was very solid. He wrote the Champions, of whom Ghost Rider was a member, so it made sense for him to cross over. And yeah, he was a very good writer once upon a time.
All right. Williamson's Birthright's coming out. The deluxe book number 1 hardcover. Sender Compendium by Jeff Lemire. No cares about Venom Reborn. World's Finest. Silver Age Omnibus.
Ooh, good. I've got those in trades, or that would be awfully tempting because those stories are just so much fun.
Nope. $100. Remember, anything you see here at price, you can get cheaper at InStockTrades.com.
Yeah, and that's definitely recommend if you just like old time fun comics.
So Scooby Doo's Greatest Avengers trade coming out for $15. Looks like it might be compact size. Who knows? Alex Ross, Fantastic Four, expanded edition. Creep Show, deluxe edition, book 1. I'll pass. Vault of Horror.
And that's where it's getting me for a few bucks.
Then we start going into some manga. Star Trek Year 5. No one cares about that. G.I. Joe Compendium. $65. Volume 1. Real American Hero. All right. Evangeline Omnibus is out. It's all for $60 as well. Through Counterpoint Comics. And then all the different covers you can have for Evangeline. The glow-in-the-dark version.
Did he?
The foil version. Foil Virgin. Look, there's more.
Ooh.
I mean, because there's a movie coming out, so they're releasing all these again to remind people that, hey, there's actually a comic book movie. You heard about that, right?
What's up?
Evangeline's supposed to be getting a movie.
Oh, good grief.
Look at this. These are all Evangeline covers coming out. Variants for the bomb on the omnibus. What's up, KG? I'm not reading Penguin stuff at all. And if it's Tom King, especially, I will not read it. Look at those. This is all Evangeline variant freaking covers from the omnibus.
Ridiculous.
No
I hope they're print to order.
I hope so too, because I don't think anybody's gonna buy them. And then got John Sims, Cannibal, Deadpool, Wolverine, Art of the Movie, Terminator, Volume 1 collection. That's cool. So if you have never collected the Terminator books, they're releasing them hardcovers through Dynamite. Because now Dynamite has the new book out, so they're releasing all the old stuff. You got Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. Then the Flash. Yeah, I can't forget.
Yeah. What? I'm sure those are old newspaper strips, but check out what. Go inside that if you don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. We got time. We got plenty of time. Zach's
yes,
not
we
here.
do.
It's only 9:45. Yeah, City Strips.
Wow, 37 to 41. That would be nice to have.
Search for original tear sheets to present the series as intended. Yep. Nice. How dare they show Alex Raymond smoking a cigarette? And the little things that the women usually have, it's a holder for the cigarette extender. I never understood those. Like, just put the cigarette butt in your mouth.
It's to denote class.
I know.
If you want to be suave and deboner. I'm kind of surprised that DC is doing. It
Was there
said
one?
the Penguin Special collects old Penguin stories.
Oh, well, as long as it's like the older stuff. Well, Evil Black Guys always talk about. We don't like the modern ones.
Yeah, it would depend on what's in it. I mean,
So they have done this before. This is actually early this year.
yeah, it's second. It's volume 2. I saw it.
Yeah, so that's cool.
I wonder if Joseph has those.
I guarantee he probably has.
I'd say it's safe bet he does.
He probably has Alex's signature. But yeah, why not? $50, $50. That's well in most people's price range, $50, because no one wants to go and spend $150 on something. That's a lot of money. $50, I could do that.
Yeah, those are it. Those same thing with there's like a bunch like Jerry has about 10 Dick Tracy hardcovers in that format from the old comic strips.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those would be cool.
All right. That might be it. Well, here's a variant file for Terminator 3. Yep. Other variants for them, for the covers. There you go. 68 is getting an omnibus. Wow. You remember that book, right?
Yeah, the guy that did it, I think, lives in Kentucky or in Cincinnati.
Mark Kidwell?
I don't know, man. I know that
I'm trying to see it. There's a listed here.
When Paul was running the store, he always made sure we had tons and tons of 68.
All right, living dead are everywhere, clogging the bridges of New York City, rising from a muddy rat tunnel walls deep underground in Vietnam. Wired is suicide. Oh, sorry, self-deleted soldiers tuned to radio frequencies during the Tet Offensive and crawling through the deep Canadian snow stained red. 68 experience 1968, moving its blood-stained camera all around the globe to put you in front and center of the zombie apocalypse in the age of Aquarius. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, when you're done with this, let's go back to the regular books and see what Penguin stories is in that.
Yeah. Okay. Hippies, riot police, frontline troops, politicians, celebrities, all of the time are all fighting for their lives. Literally. The Beatles fighting against zombies. Will John Lennon become a zombie? Here's the other cover. And then Fright Night. Senior night. Sorry, night senior. Fright Night senior year. There's that. There's the other version of it too. The only problem with this is the art was horrible on these. They're decent books, but the art was, and they were hard to come by. Batman, German
theater.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that would be cool. Dark Shadows.
Yep. Second printing, for $60. Then there's the Fantagraphics. Fantagraphics has been great. You like old Disney stuff? They've been redoing all these. Manga. Detective Comics, but these are in like German. Judge Dredd, Complete Case Files. Johnny Hazard, Newspaper Dailies. Hermes Press.
I've never read any Johnny Hazard, but I've read stuff like that. But
we're getting into the German stuff. Furniture Collection German. Yeah, that's it. All right. So you want to go to?
Yeah, I was curious to see what stories they are reprinting.
It says 907 pages for 125. Pretty good. I guess he was talking about the one we're shown, but Penguin. Yeah, DC's training me. Every time I see anything Penguin, I don't want to read it. It's usually Tom King. Penguin special. Detective Comic 58, Twisted Recollections of His Formative Years from Secret Origins, special number 1, Joker's Silent Penguin number 1. Brand new exclusive story written by Jeremy Adams.
Whoa. Hey now.
Yeah. Illustrated by Howard Porter. It shows the Penguin's next moves during All In.
Yeah, there's no reason not to get that if you don't have the stories already. So,
yeah. Well, the Jeremy Adams story interests me because
well, there's the Penguin story from Secret Origins special that was from the late '80s. Joker's Asylum that was pre New 52. Wow, Jason Aaron must have written that story back when he didn't suck. Bill Finger wrote the Penguin story from 1941.
Yep.
And Alan Grant looks like someone's badly aging aunt.
The glasses, he looks more like Dean Martin.
Hey, look, it's George Bell.
Yep, George Russo's.
Yeah. We like him better as George Bell, and we know Graphic does too.
Yep. And he's next to Sam Keith.
Yeah, I don't know what Sam Keith did in that book, but that would...
Michael Janin does cover art.
Let's put it this way. I'd rather my choices be Kelly Jones, Riley Rossmo, and Humberto Ramos.
So here's my thing. It's called Mr. Cobb. That's the one he's writing it. And it sounds like they're going to change and going forward in the comic books. Penguin's because he says for All In, his future with Penguin's future can be in the All In. So if it's called Mr. Cobb, it sounds like they're going to adapt from what they do in the show. Instead of calling Cobblepot, they're changing his name permanently to Cobb. If that's called Mr. Cobb, because it says HBO tie-in series, unless he's just writing an HBO story with that version. But I mean, I don't care to read anything about where we're going to change characters' names because somebody says, you know what, I don't like the name, let's change it. 80 years of history, and you're gonna say like, no, Clark Kent's a horrible name. Let's call him Charlie.
Now, honestly, I don't know when they gave the Penguin a name. Because, the Kingpin had been around for 20 years. Not 20 years. 15 years, I think.
Right away. To change his name to Cobb in the comic.
That's...
Yeah.
Yeah, before they named him Wilson Fisk, so maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long he's been Cobblepot, but it's still stupid.
Yeah. So I think this must be Sam Keith right here. Yep. With Alan Grant, the Killing Peck, Secret Origins. Yeah. Remember, Rick Grayson. Yes, I like Jeremy Adams.
Well, Rick Grayson was a storyline. It looks like Cobb is becoming permanent.
Yeah. For how much? $6? I'll read it online.
No, at least it's 64 pages.
Yeah, because they're advertising the Penguin show down here. Sundays at 9 p.m. on Max. Oh. All right, so that's the book that was brought up. So Jason Arias is going as Kratos for Halloween. God of War. Yeah, I was wondering. He looks kind of like a dwarf with his long beard stuff. And then, Look, Ultimate X-Men is number 3 for this week. Yeah. I only clicked on because the cover, it looked like there's Cyclops? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah. I don't know anybody who's buying it. But apparently, it's so being,
Yeah, it's obviously doing well.
Hey, if it's making money, it's making money. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Or my brand of beer. Captain America is still going. 14. Anybody picking up Predator versus Black Panther? Or you care?
It's no to both for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look at it's more Venom more. Didn't we already do the whole symbiotes thing with Null?
That's been brought up a few times recently.
Yeah. And there's a new book Devour talking about. It's not done by anybody. It's Jeff Johns. Somebody else taking the book, writing the book instead of Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
So it may or may not be good. Anybody reading Knights versus Samurai? I mean, I saw this came out. The second issue came. This is on the second issue. The first issue came out a couple weeks ago. This is the guy from Late Night Interview with the Devil, the actor. I'm just curious if it's actually worth it. It's $2.99. Brain, $2.99 for this book.
Yeah, it's probably coming out of McFarlane Studios.
It's Image, yeah. Crazy.
Now it's getting back to Devour for a second.
Yeah,
that's going to go one of two ways. It either means that Jeff Johns has carefully screened who he lets work on his projects, or DEI's gotten him already. I guess we'll find out. If it's good, we'll have our answer.
Yeah. And Uncanny Valley, it's the other book I haven't read by Tony Fleeks. That's another one I want to eventually check out. And also doing a second printing of Absolute Batman. Or Thor. You can't tell me that's not Thor. The way, look at it, he's holding the hammer and everything. It's supposed to be an axe, but it looks like a hammer. Every time I see this. So ugly.
It was fun.
Sure, it's fun, but it was so ugly. So
I mean, if you want to point out something, point out that his head is smaller than his hand.
Exactly. No, that's what I mean.
Holy 1993 Image.
This is like Kelly Jones crap or Max Bemis. I don't understand it. But well, yeah, Black Mask with the pool ball head. Yeah, he looked like 8-Ball. So it's just so weird. So, oh yeah, Waylon Jones is black, so he can't be mean to him.
I think he was black in the comics.
I know, but no one knew he was black because he was always an alligator. So, anyway, though, that is it for this week. We're done within an hour, man. I mean, I could scroll down and we can look at what else is coming out. Like The Nice House on the Sea, Thundercats coming out. Namor. Normally I would want to read that, but it's just been a crappy book through Marvel, current modern Marvel. Red Sonja is another good book. That is actually a good one. That's Walter Giovanni, even though he is a far left, person. He's basically voting for Kamal, or I actually don't think he can. I think he's Brazilian, like that. But yeah, he doesn't talk about it, and he doesn't really put it because he's an artist, so he doesn't have a choice. He just draws her being the way she is, draws her sexy, and then you actually have Torn Grunbeck, the female writer who actually worked on Venom and also on Carnage, has been writing this character as Red Sonja as she was originally, and before the whole Gail Simone run. I love it because she basically ignoring Gail Simone. That's what they need to do for that book. Come Find Me is on. What is this one? That's another one. Another distillery book. Wonder Woman Uncovered. Yeah, my friend Cheryl's who really big Wonder Woman fan. She's been begrudgingly reading the Tom King one. She says like he writes her so out of character.
Oh, I know.
But she loves Daniel St. Pierre's art. So
Wonder Woman's been written out of character more often than not.
Yeah.
For the better part of 15 years. Actually, the better part of 20 years now that I think about it.
Killtown. That's another book. Another indie book. Battle Action. That's
pull up Killtown, see what that's about.
Sure. Regina Kim, Alexander Satana, and Sergio Melgrito. Sony Entertainment, full horror fuel action. Killtown is a spin-off series of the Night of the Cadillacs comic book series from ex-posse street savvy Min. Wants to make her mark in the world. However, she feels held back in her role as a money runner with the Seven Stars Mob, biggest crime syndicate in Koreatown, Los Angeles. When Min takes things in her own hands to upstart Vince, the notorious Seven Stars Mob boss, her plan backfires. Min is shot execution style and left for dead. Full of horror fuel action. In multiple variant covers.
You know, I could see getting that depending on. I'd have to see what the art looks like on the inside. If it's that, no.
Well, I'm trying to find if there's an actual variant by the actual artist for Alexander. No, that's just so. Yeah, they don't have anything by any of the artists at all. Otherwise, because so I don't know. Cool. Drake Goto artwork is absolute fire. Yeah, I would throw the book in the fire. His art is just ugly, bro. I just don't like it. At least on this book. What you listen there? Too loud. Becky Cloonan. Yay!
No.
There, right?
Hey, Distillery. Get the second issue of that book out that I can't even remember the title. It's been so long.
The bank job bucket in the souls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Selena Loop is also a writer on this book. Looks like it's a multiple anthology book. It's multiple writers.
Yeah, I look at that and that just says, please don't buy me.
It says, don't come find me.
Yeah, don't come find me, don't buy me. Yeah,
it's called Come Find Me because they want people to actually come look at this book because they know that people won't. Ram God is out. Who's getting Sesame Street? I saw this at the shop the other day, number 2, and I was like, who's buying this?
Kids.
Kids don't have money.
Parents for their kids.
You think parents go in and buy comic books for kids still these days?
I don't know how much these days because some shops have kids sections set up and
yeah. Then here's the other Mad Cave Studios new book, Hour of the Wolf. I was looking at this last week because I saw those come up for preview. And this is Mark London and Danny Bayruth. I don't know if those names mean anything to you.
I don't either.
But it says, when Owen Blackwood is called across time to seemingly normal home to destroy a haunted painting, It didn't feel like anything out of the ordinary to this agent of Wolvenheart. Upon arrival, however, everyone finds himself trapped in the very painting he was called to destroy. Only 1 hour window time to which to operate. Will one be able to save the family from certain death or destroy the painting? Or will they get lost in time and become cross-dimensional walking ghosts? Hour of the Wolf is the second thrilling title in Underworld, an all-new universe created by Mark London, which also includes Revolution 9, which will be launching in September, and Exit City, which is launching in November. Each miniseries is set within can be savored as a standalone serial while serving as a stepping stone towards Endless Night, the must-read crossover guaranteed to blow your mind in 2025. So, Matt Cave's putting out some new stuff. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be good. Yeah. All right. Avengers United. These are all the online ones, digital chapters. And I think that's about it. Oh, look, Evangeline, number 1. $20. Must be a reprint. Unless it's a Kickstarter one. And I think that's it, because we're going into manga stuff here. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That is it for this week. Alrighty. So, Mr. Breen, did you see anything that you liked?
That's just the Vault of Horror.
All right.
The books I'm getting. So. And then obviously the Flash Gordon would be cool. If I had, the comic book collecting equivalent of FU money, I'd pick those. I'd probably pick up the Johnny Hazard too.
Oh, yeah, people haven't noticed, though. I changed my background. It's all different.
Is it all new, all different?
All new, all different. Moved everything around. So I figure, why not? We're in Halloween mode, and
Hey, look, I'd moved absolutely nothing.
You did. You moved something in there.
No, it's probably just sunk.
The couch got a little further in the middle.
Yeah.
All right. The name Oswald Cobblepot first appeared in the Sunday strips, 1946. Is one.
Thank you, One Slick.
Yep. So it's called Oswald who? So since 1946, he's been known as Oswald Cobblepot.
78 years. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that.
Exactly. And I don't blame Jeremy Adams. That wasn't his decision. That was James Gunn's decision, wasn't it? Did James Gunn give permission to Matt Reeves, whoever's in charge?
God, they're so desperate right now. If he wanted to change Superman's name from Clark Kent to, Johnny, whatever, he'd say, okay.
Yep. Wow. Anyway, though, that is it for this week, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. You guys know. Please don't run away, because we took a ticker and they're like, we're gone. See, I notice that sometimes. If you want to, you can go to ko-fi.com/Puppetine. You can drop $1 or $2 or more in there. Help us support the channel there. Or you can just share out the streams, or just showing up. That also works well too. Showing up and watching us live, watching us on the replay, and I'll even comment down below like what you guys are either saying hi or just I just want to know what you guys are getting this week. Unday Quinn showed his 2 books he's talking about. Just leave a comment, and it helps with the algorithm.
And most of you know this, but in 20 minutes we'll be over on I Love Comics, ranking covers from, I believe, Eerie. I don't know if it's Eerie the company from the 50s or Eerie the magazine, but either way, it would be fun.
I would say that sounds creepy, but I think that's a different company, isn't it?
Well, it depends on which Eerie they're doing.
Right? All right, guys. And tomorrow there will be another we'll have another thing on the channel. I'll be uploading issue 12 of Batman: The Long Halloween Dark Victory. So look forward to that, and yeah, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Then after that, later.
Adios.